I just want to remind you to be authentically you. Because I feel like your practice was starting to get rigid. And this is what I need to do. This is how my practice is. But this is your practice. And your practice is a reminder of how to cope in life. So, right now, what is it in my life that is causing me any emotion that is not of high vibration? What is that? Now, I can tell you something. Lack of organization. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That causes some severe anxiety. So what do? We're not ashamed of it. We don't hide from it or run from it. And we don't try to hide it. Embracing the waves is, hey, this stuff, this mess, these things that are here, and my life not being completely organized and me not having it completely together frustrates me. So I'm going to release it so that I can move through the fire and get to the other side. That's what that means. That in every moment we find something that frustrates us. And then instead of lashing out, instead of projecting, instead of blaming, instead of saying, well, it's them, then we find, why? How am I responsible for this? And what can I do? So, if that frustrates me, I'm going to let it out. Okay? And that's what exercise is. And I haven't exercised in 2 days, but if we know what we're releasing, that might motivate us. So right now, let go. I don't want to show this to the world because it's so real. It's not a joke and it's not to be goofy. This is real, actual frustration. That's why it's hard. And I have a hard time showing that. Like in Linkin Park, shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up. They know what they're screaming about. They know what they're releasing. So that's what I need to release. Is frustration about those things. And here's another one. Is the fact that every time I'm around this particular guy, every time I even think about him or anything, I lose my handle. I forget my confidence and my self-esteem, and I just forget it all. How is he going to see it if I can't even see it? So it's like, even when he's in my life now and I think about him, I get insecure. What's up with that? So he's not the typical run to you, approach you and give you attention kind of person. So I think you don't know how to handle that. So you're like, oh, he doesn't like me. So you're forgetting your own beauty and amazingness. And I just want to embrace that and say all the things I love about you. And I find you sexy. I think you're a hard worker, and there's a lot I like. I think that every time you would get in front of him, you would, what you put out, you were getting. So I was putting out insecure vibes and he's mean, because I couldn't, be confident. And I was forgetting it, and I was projecting it onto him and blaming him when he's not. And maybe some of his dispositions of how he presents himself makes it sort of hard because he's not giving me all the attention. But that's not his fault at all. At all. So that's a lesson for today as we settle down and let go of our anxiety and let go of our need to impress, let go of our need to prove ourselves, and there's nothing that we need, okay? This moment, and making this moment right here beautiful and amazing, that's what matters. That's what matters. How can we think of the things that we want to see in our life? Can we visualize them? Find something that it is that you want and keep visualizing yourself having it. Are you afraid? Are you afraid, well, to be like, well, what if I get this thing? Then what? So, really? What is it that's stopping you from visualizing? I mean, that's the first step. I'm not even asking you to be like, try to get it. I am not. I am just asking you to visualize it. Will you do that for me? So let's start another practice. So my mom told me it's like a 21-day thing that kind of brings habits. And I'm going to continue these habits that I've been building of like releasing and allowing and just being open and doing that on a daily basis and like, you know, doing the practices. But I think another very important thing that I want to implement is a visualization practice. So I'm going to visualize myself in that life, having those, feeling, smelling, feeling what it feels like. Can we do that? What is one thing that I want? I'll start with one thing. I don't want to call them followers and I don't want to call them fans. I want to call them friends. Friends. People that are open. People that are not afraid. People that are after the same thing, which is authentic expression and peace within and just joy in this moment despite everything else that might be wrong. After supreme presence, power of now. So I'm going to attract those people into my life because that's the journey that I'm on. And I want my journey, I like it to be recorded because I like it. I want me coming into myself to be recorded. It helps me. Then it might help somebody else because what is this world? It's just a place where we find people we can relate with. Because when we find someone we relate with, we don't feel so alone. So that's what I like. That's what I want. And I know that we all want that. And that's what I am after, is relating, connecting, and friendship. Authentic friendship from people I haven't even met yet. But that I know that they're awesome and they're out there and they get it. Maybe they get what I get. Maybe they've felt what I've felt and seen what I've seen. So breathing that out. This is what I want. I have my why. I have my why. The how will come. And in the meantime, I will see it. Because it gives me joy. That's my reason. There's no other reason needed for why I'm going to visualize this. It makes me happy. I can pretend. I can live in my imagination like a child. Like, call it what you want. Live in my own world, whatever. Like, if it makes me happy, I'm going to do it. And that's how I'm going to start living. If it makes me happy, I'm going to do it. If it doesn't, I'm going to let it go and release it. Sometimes it's heavier. Sometimes it takes more. I'm going to do it. We got this. 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 We got this.